That's worrying. Yeah, not even notifications have gone out. It's so quick. It's a bit worrying, but there you go. Hope you're all well. We are here for another TNGC Tuesday night gaming chat. With me, as always, my co-host, Mr. David Jones.
Good evening, mate. How you doing?
I'm very well. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Cool. I had that little panic then because it's all on the screen. You know when people accidentally their stream goes off and they've got that face palm picture with the thing? Mm-hmm. That literally just flashed up. But yeah, yes, I've had a haircut. I noticed they're saying it in chat. Yes, I have had a haircut. It's short for army cadets, but that's because I had a fight with a lawnmower. So there you go. And I think the lawnmower won. There you go. Hello, Chelsea. Hello, Ender. Hello, Mia. How you doing? Great to see you all. How you been, Dave? How's your week been going?
It's been going all right, mate. Been playing my way through Mass Effect again and Desperados 3. Right at the end of that, on the last mission, the last little bit of it. So I'm just trying to work out how to do it because it sets it up and it's quite bloody hard. So I've got to find a way to defeat loads of enemies using all the characters at the same time. So it's going to be a bit tricky. It's going to take me a little bit of time to figure that one out. So hopefully by the time I see you next week, I would have got it done. But then, apart from those two games, which is what I've mainly been focusing on, I did play Outriders again on Sunday. I had a co-op session on that. That worked a lot better. I only had 2 issues with it. I had one where it sort of bumped me out of the party, and then my friend couldn't invite me back in until I killed the game. Restart. Right, okay. And then once we were fighting a boss, I spawned back in, but I couldn't use the triggers at all. I could move around, other buttons worked, but the triggers did nothing until I died.
Okay.
Respawned, then it worked again. So it's still a bit glitchy. I'd say I've got a better opinion of it from what I had the previous week, where I'd only played the intro. So doesn't seem too bad a game. I can't say I'm quite with all the hype everyone else has got with it. It just seems like a fairly rudimentary sort of looter-shooter type game. It's just okay. It's probably going to be one of those solid 7s at the end of the day.
Well, there has been some reviews come out for it already, but not all the reviews are out. But we'll talk about this in a minute. I just want to say hello to King of Queens. How you doing, fella? Good to see you. And the gentleman says, Dave, I like your new haircut as well.
Thank you. Took me all of 10 minutes.
There you go. Should we get our guest in, and then we'll carry on? Let's talk about Outriders, actually.
We probably should. He's getting cold out in his garage, isn't he?
Getting cold in his garage. Let's bring him in. You know him as Captain Chris. We also know him as, Chris. It's Chris Davies, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey!
How you doing?
Great to have you here. So this is your second time as a guest on the show, but the third time you've been on the show. Because actually, funny enough, because King of Queens is here, you helped me co-present when King of Queens was on, wasn't it?
That's right, yeah.
So, which is really, really good. And Ender Gentleman's happy. He's like, Bricks. I love Bricks. King Queens. Oh, Chris. So there you go. Everyone is happy to see you back here, my friend, which is good.
Good.
Thank you so much. So again, Chris was due to be back on the show next month because we're pretty much getting around to our full cycle of guests. And the guy that was going to be on, unfortunately, has got to go to hospital tomorrow. So he's now going to be on our show at the end of the month. So, So, Chris, I was like, right, can I bump you forward a month? Is there any chance? This was like literally yesterday. So again, thank you, Chris, for standing in. Who's the guy stood in front of the bricks?
Well, that would be Chris. He's got the brick wall behind him.
Yeah.
We just did the 5-minute intro for the guy that we just. I mean, where you been? He says the bricks are park. I think he's just taking the mic. It says this is deja vu. He was on my first talk show, which is weird. It's like the day I found the channel. That's true, actually. We got raided. So Mia first watched our channel when we did the first ever talk show. So that's going back to end of October was when you were on the show.
Probably.
Yeah.
I can't remember further back than last week.
I know we've done 20 shows and we skipped 2 weeks. So it was 22 weeks ago. Because we skipped 2 weeks at Christmas. Because I've got to give Dave some time off. It's not fair.
Cheers, mate.
So there you go. Hello, Chelsea. Great to see you. Thank you for being here. So, Outriders. So we actually streamed this on Friday, and Chris was on the stream with me.
Yes.
We had a fair few issues, didn't we?
Just a couple at the end, and we got a bit fed up at the end, didn't we? Pretty much.
We had.
Yeah.
Well, I think we clocked it at 4 issues in about a 3-hour stream. One was near the beginning, where I was doing the intro missions, and Chris and Discord were waiting to jump in.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently you can't jump in until you get to the base and the bit where it goes open world. But somehow they managed to join in just before, like the final, that like last little boss bit, and they turned up, and then it wouldn't let us proceed. So we couldn't run the cutscene or go anything. So we had to come out of the game to go back into the game. And as soon as we loaded back in, it ran the cutscene, and then they could join in. And then, as Chris rightly says, near the end is when we had the most problems. I had a bit where my character just froze, couldn't move, and then I got kicked out the game, and then I think everyone got kicked out the game. And then the same thing happened to Chris a bit later on. But then we had another bit where when we did get back in, me and Discord went into the room, the door shut, we were attacking the boss, and Chris is stuck behind the door. He couldn't actually get in the room to help.
Yeah. So weird.
So you know, we talked about this game last week. There's still a lot of reviews that haven't come out. There's a lot of reviews in progress, mainly because the first weekend it was out, they said it was basically impossible to play for the first 76 hours. So a lot of people are leaving reviews. However, there have been some reviews out already. So what do we reckon? I ain't playing any more trailers or anything. I just said this. What do we, and we'll discuss again other reviews that come out next week. What do we reckon the scores have been like generally? I'm not doing an average because I can't do an average, but what do you throw some scores at me, and what do you reckon it's been getting from the ones that have reviewed it and have completed it?
I'd be guessing probably around the sort of 6-7 mark myself with the issues that it's got.
Okay.
I'll go a bit higher. I reckon the 7-8 mark.
Okay.
I reckon I'll see past the issues maybe.
See, me is saying 4, and the gentleman saying 4.
Oh,
Zenkai Paul, yay! Hello, how you doing? How was the rest of your Batman stream? I think I missed the last 5 minutes, but I saw you got past Killer Croc. So good on you, fella. So I could tell you're both right, because interestingly enough, most of the reviews, it's either been getting 8s or it's been getting 6s.
oh right.
Okay.
So it'd be interesting to see what the other reviews come out, because I know people like IGN haven't even done a full review yet. GameSpot, I think, were one of the first ones to get their reviews out literally a couple of days ago. And they gave it, it's interesting, they gave it a 6 for their work in progress review, then gave it an 8 when they finished it.
Oh, right.
So whereas I think IGN have only just got out a work in progress review, and they've only given it a 6 on their work in progress review.
I wonder if some of the ones give it an 8 are playing it on a patched machine. I think PC and PlayStation have had a patch. Xbox, I think Xbox, is it still pending? Last I heard.
Yeah, Xbox patch hasn't come out yet, so we'll have to see what happens. Mia says, missing Batman, I'm so used to that. There'll be more Batman on Thursday, I promise.
Have you done it yet?
Yes, we have. We've done it. We're just going to start on all the DLC content.
Cool.
So we're going to be Batman Arkham Knight.
Oh, right. Okay.
We finally finished the story last week. There's still little bits in the main game I haven't done, but I don't care about it because it doesn't further the story. So we said we're just going to move on to the DLCs. But as Zenkai Paul says, he's playing Arkham Asylum, and that game is slowly getting my blood boiling. I have exactly the same thing with Arkham Knight, I have to say. There's bits of it that drive me absolutely round the bend. But
I'd say Asylum was my favourite out of all those ones. I thought it went downhill when it went open world. I never liked it quite as much.
Yeah,
Too much filler.
I mean, the funny thing is, no one ever really includes Origins, but because I played them back to front and I did Asylum and then Origins, I loved Origins, and I was a little bit disappointed with Arkham City, which is supposed to be people regard as the best one, but I was like, eh. So there you go. It's just the way. This one was all right. I didn't find the Batmobile stuff as infuriating as a lot of other people did. Pixie, thank you so much for the raid of Party of 5. Hello, Roxy. Hello, Pixie. There you go. There you go. Right, should we get on with the show? Should we actually do some content? We managed to.
Let's just skip it. Cool.
Right. Well, thanks for joining in. That was great to see you on. That's the end of the show. No, I'm joking. We've got 7 games to talk about. I'm not going to lie to you. Me personally, when I saw the list of games, I was not that excited about some of them. Some of them are interesting. Some of them aren't. I think the news stories this week are more interesting than the games. Normally it's the other way. The games are more interesting. But we might as well kick things off. Now, ironically, this game actually came out. Let's think. Where are we? This game came out last week, Tuesday last week. But it only caught my eye literally the day after we did the show, typical, because I hadn't seen any reviews for it. This game is called Lost Words. That might give you a slight indication of what this might be like. This is out, I say, Tuesday last week. It's out on Xbox One, PlayStation 4, Switch and PC. Going to have a look at the trailer. Let us know what you think about this game in the chat. And we'll be right back after playing the trailer. Here we go.
Hello, Janelle. Since I was little, I've always dreamed of becoming a writer. We went to see Gran today, in the hospital. I want to write a story. There once was a young girl who thought she would never see outside her home village. But the land of Historia had other ideas. It had great and terrible adventures planned for her. All you need is a leap of faith. Despite the darkness, Robin's hope guided her. I need to finish the story so Gran can read it when she feels better.
We can't hold on to things forever. Let them live in your memories. Some words will stay with you.
There you go. So that is Lost Words. I have seen this in other games. This is quite unique for a game to do. It's very artsy style, as you saw. We're basically utilising the words to make things happen. It's almost like a puzzle game rather than a platformer. But there is a mobile game that's very similar where they have captions and things, or you might have a little drawing, but you can manipulate the drawing or thing to solve the puzzles. So it's almost like an extension of that. I mean, it looks intriguing. But I'm going to start with Dave. Is this got your interest?
It's the sort of thing I'd have a go at. Yeah, I quite like these sort of little indie games. They've got these different ideas just to how to control the character. I think it looks pretty cool. Nice art style to it. Judging from all the little bits sort of flashing up, it's done fairly well with awards and whatnot. Yeah. So that makes me think it's definitely worth having a look at. So yeah, and I think the rise for that, Rhianna Pratchett, I think did she write some of the Tomb Raiders, the recent ones?
I believe
I notion she might have done. And that some of those first 2 those were well written, I thought. Yeah. So good chance this is as well. So yeah, I might give it a go.
Cool. Chris,
in relation to Terry Pratchett?
That's what I was wondering, but I wasn't sure, so I didn't want to say.
I was just trying to look it up.
Just trying to go. If anyone can have a Google and see if Rhianna Pratchett is related to the Discworld author Terry Pratchett, let us know. Could be a relation. Mia said I like the game. It looked pretty. No worries, Chelsea. Absolutely fine. What do you reckon, Chris? What's your opinion on this?
Not really my thing. No guns.
No guns.
Yeah, it's just not really my thing, to be honest. It's not something I would go for, I'm afraid.
Okay, fair enough. I'm like, fair enough. That's what it's about. You got to be honest on this. This week.
I was more interested in the
game.
Pratchett, thinking, is it something to do with Pratchett?
Yeah, I don't know. If anyone knows, let us know in the chat. We'd be greatly appreciated if it's related to Terry Pratchett or not. Again,
yes, daughter.
Sorry, it's his daughter. Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I reckon there'll be some clever storytelling in there.
Hopefully, yeah.
I would say I would give this a whirl. But what do we reckon this got review wise? Now, as Dave said in the trailer, it says, it's getting all the awards and all this and that. But what do we reckon this got when the reviews came out?
7.
Chris says a 7. Dave?
I guess a 9, just from what the trailer showed.
Ooh, it did say 9, didn't it? I did see that. He's going against the grain.
He's going to go for the whole thing. Have we got anyone in the chat that wants to have a guess what the scores might be? Let us know. I'll literally give you a couple of seconds. See, now, Dave, the last couple of weeks, I have to say, Mir says a 9 as well. Dave has been hitting the nail on the head. He only get like the odd one wrong. But I don't know whether this is a sign of things that's going to happen. Got a 6 out of 10.
Really? That's
there
surprising.
I
just picked the best cover for the trailer then.
Yeah.
That's the ones they paid off.
No.
Well, I said a 9, you said a 6. The camera must be inverting the picture of your notebook.
Yeah. Or I'm actually on last week's notes. Shot Cara. We think that he had a camera in the room because he kept getting the scores right, like bang on. But yeah, clearly not this week. But yeah, 6 out of 10. 6 out of 10. Perfectly decent game. Ender says, how big are your bricks? I don't know. I haven't got any in here. It's made out of tinfoil, mate, this studio. You saw it. I did the studio tour last week. It's made out of tinfoil, mate.
The only reason I've got bricks is because I'm not allowed in the house. I've been kicked out.
See, me is like, what is it with you and bricks? Well, he loves Minecraft, so that's probably the big thing of it. But there you go. Oh yes. Now he's just realised he missed the tour. It was Thursday last week, mate. We did the tour of the studio. It was a 15-minute thing on the channel. I am going to edit that and put it as a separate video, so I'll let you watch that, dude. Don't worry. I'll let you know when it's up. People have been waiting months to see the tour of the studio, and we did it on Thursday night, and it was like a 15-minute video. So I can't believe you missed it after all that. But there you go. You can stop talking about bricks now. So we go. Yeah, 6 out of 10. Perfectly good, fun game, but pretty much you get what you see with it. It's innovative and inventive, but not that innovative because you pretty much start retreading. Once you start figuring out some of the puzzles, it will be some of the same stuff going. So you'll go, I did that, something similar to that, so I'll do that quite quickly. So there you go. So it's good for having a bit of a quick play with, but unfortunately, Lost Words got a 6 out of 10. Loads of things going on in the chat. Joker Girl, what did you do? You said, I did a thing. What did you do? Great to see you here. Ender Gentleman was like, I was the one person who wanted to see the tour. Don't worry. I'll send you the video, dude. Hello, Diva Wolf. Welcome. I think this is the first time you've been on the channel. Great to see you. Thanks for joining us. So let's talk about something that Chris will appreciate. We've gone from a very nice storytelling game.
Oh, I know what's next.
Yeah. Now we're going to talk about, and I don't know whether I agree with this because people were saying it's the best Doom game in the series. This is the only one I've never played because I couldn't be asked with it.
You can't just wipe out the original Doom that changed everything.
No. So allegedly, they were saying that this is like one of the, and I was like, yeah, haven't you played the last two or the first two? But they've now brought Doom 3 to PlayStation VR. Question is, Does it hold up well? Has it graphically aged? And is it much fun being chased by demons? So we're going to play the trailer for that, and then we'll come back. Have a guess in the chat what you think this might have scored. This literally, this isn't out yet. This comes out this coming Friday. So this is out this Friday this week, and it's for PlayStation VR only. Here is the Doom 3 VR trailer, and we'll be right back after this.
The Union Aerospace Corporation is the largest corporate entity in existence. Originally focused on weapon and defense contracts, new ventures have expanded into biological research, space exploration, and other scientific endeavors. With unlimited funds and the ability to engage in research outside of moral and legal application. Quiet, did you hear that?
Under attack by an unknown enemy force. Fall back to Marine HQ to regroup. Devil's real. I know. I built his cage.
So there you go, folks. That is Doom 3 VR. Then I like that. Them graphics look like my microwaved cooked 3DS. I'm just going to comment because what was it? Joker Girl, right? So should we give her a round of applause? Has curled her hair all by herself. Now I can't gauge on a scale of 1 to 10 how good achievement that is, but let's just give it a round of applause anyway, without trying to sound sarky, because I'm assuming it's very difficult to curl your hair by yourself. I wouldn't know.
Would you just use a curler?
We'll get round.
It's just like a one-handed thing.
We'll find out. This is the whole point of this talk show is that we get in-depth interviews about stuff that really matters. Because let's face it, no one gives a shit about Doom 3 VR, so we might as well talk about this. So
it'd be more interesting.
It is. It's going to be very interesting. It's a damn. Oh, there you go. A damn good achievement for someone who has never used a curling iron. So that's good, Chris. I'll just explain that to you. That is good. Okay.
I curl my hair all the time.
Yeah, it looks like it.
You can do it for next time you're on, mate.
If you want.
Get it all nice and curly.
Long enough.
Oh dear. Ender saying back to Doom 3 VR now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, we forgot about that. To be fair, I would just play Destiny. Way better graphics. I can't play bad graphics games. That's why I play Minecraft.
Well, it's the same graphics as Doom 3, isn't it? From way back.
Exactly the same graphics. Yeah.
So that's why they've done it.
A 0 out of 7. Diva says, going to give it a 7 out of 10. So, yes, they've literally taken Doom 3 and hang on. Before we carry on, we've got to get the hair update. Legit, I'm not a hair person. I usually throw it up in a hair clip. I thought you said you were going to throw your hair up in the air then. And I was a bit like, what happens there? Look. Try curling my hair. Took over an hour to do half. Gave up. See? Hot topics, ladies and gentlemen. This is what we're talking about. Hot topics. Hair curling. Should be a national sport. You can tell I'm trying to pad this show out tonight. We haven't got that much.
A little bit.
Not gonna lie. We've got to try and drag this out for 2 hours, ladies and gents. We're trying our best. So Doom 3 VR. Yeah, pretty much the same graphics, but it's in VR. Chris, your thoughts?
I would say get ready for the motion sickness on that one. I reckon you'll get a bit wheezy. But yeah, I quite like the bit where they duck down and he put the gun up and shoot. That's quite cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I would give it a go if it was cheap enough.
Okay.
I wouldn't go. With VR games, I try to say sort of sub £20. I would say because they're never that long, so I never really want to invest too much money into them. And I imagine that's probably going to be more than £20. I don't know, or maybe.
I've got a notion. I saw it was about 15 on the PlayStation.
Oh, now I'm going to have to buy it. Cheers, Dave.
I think it was.
See,
keeping it for you.
I'm off to the store now. Boom, sold. 15. There you go.
Because as you say, it is a bit of an old game.
It is
It looks quite dated now. I don't suppose the VR interaction is quite as good as some more modern stuff that's actually built for VR from the ground up. So it's probably not going to be that brilliant.
I'm just before I ask your opinion, Dave, we've got to stay on top with which like hard hitting news here. David says it takes me 1 hour and a half to curl mine. It's that long, so we're as I said, we're tackling the big stuff here. That's what we've got to do. Ender says he thinks it'll get a 0 out of 10. Well, we'll see. Dave, what are your opinions on this?
As I say, it does look dated. So I've done nothing with the graphics, but at least it's nice to see that they've got the flashlight attached to all the guns, because that was one of the really shit things in that game very first came out. The flashlight you had to hold separate, then put it away, get your gun out and shoot into the dark. So I think the first mod that came out for it was called the duct tape mod. They just stuck the flashlight to the pistol and the other weapons, helped improve it. But I can't remember a huge amount about the game. It's been so many years since I played it, but I never got to the end of it. I didn't enjoy it particularly much. After coming off the original 2 Doom games, it felt quite different. It's a bit more survival horror-y than just an outright shooter, especially like those old ones, like the current ones. Different feeling game. Wasn't for me.
Okay, so I can tell you this. There's a couple of things that are quite good. As Chris pointed out, you can lift your arm up and shoot. You do get some enemies that run towards you. However, that doesn't always work because you have to try and point the gun down at your feet and you miss the characters. They have said that the characters do look a bit 2D, even though you're in VR. If you start to strafe, it all goes a bit diagonal and the characters start to warp. So they've not done anything with the graphics engine to actually make it really for VR. They've just tagged VR on it.
Yeah, it doesn't work when you do shit like that. It needs to be built from the ground up for it to work properly.
Yeah. They've still said it's a good game, but what do we reckon the scores are? Chris, you can go first.
6 out of 10.
Joran said 7 out of 10 earlier. Ender's going with a 0. And Dave?
I'm going to guess a 7, mate.
7 out of 10. Okay. Damn, you're not doing good this week, Dave.
It's enough weight then, isn't it?
5 out of 10.
5.
Ouch.
Not even worth the £16.
It's very
wait for a sale.
Diva's gone for a 7 out of 10 as well. But yeah, very average. Really average scores. 5 out of 10. It may be 16 quid, but you might want to wait until it drops to 8 quid and then give it a whirl.
Or £2.99 in a massive sale.
Yeah.
That's the one.
Or get it free when they dish it out in 5 years' time. But there you go. So that's Doom 3 VR, which comes out on Friday.
Woo.
PSVR. But there you go.
Yeah.
Right, we'll talk about something a bit more exciting. We did have a bit of good news. Now, last year was the first year that E3 didn't happen. And I love E3, right? If anyone doesn't know what E3 is, it's the big gaming show that takes place where everyone turns up and basically just gives it all that for a couple of hours on stage. And it's great because you get to see some amazing things and you get to see some absolutely cringeworthy things. The last E3 took place in 2019 and was probably most well remembered for Keanu Reeves coming on stage and saying, "You're breathtaking," but no one else remembers anything else. However, there was a couple of other things that did happen at E3 in 2019. PlayStation weren't there for the first time ever.
Mm-hmm.
They decided to do their own thing. And also EA decided to do a different kind of event and didn't really do their normal showcase. So the next E3 has been announced. It's not going to be live. They've decided, because they skipped last year, they still want to do it. It's going to be on the 12th, 13th, and 14th and 15th of June. It's all going to be online. So people are going to do showcase events, a bit like what we've seen. We've seen Ubisoft do it, PlayStation, Xbox, all last year. Nintendo did one earlier this year. But it's interesting to see who's involved at the moment and who's not. So far, and it's totally free, by the way. So if you want to watch it, you can watch it all free. What I am going to say is, during that course of the week, I am going to stream every showcase event with me giving my reactions. So if you want to watch it along with me and get your reactions in the chat, I will be doing that week. That week is pretty much going to be E3 week. There you go. And then I'll probably get shut down by YouTube. So that'll be the week after. So we'll see how that goes. But announced so far, Nintendo are going to be doing a showcase. Xbox, Capcom, Konami, Ubisoft, Take-Two Interactive, Warner Brothers Games, and there's a couple of lesser-known ones in there. But interestingly enough, there's a few still missing. Sony is still missing, and I haven't confirmed whether they're going to do it or not. EA are missing yet again. But there's two that normally do turn up and do showcases. Now, one is Sega, and I'm not being funny. Sega don't really put that much content out anyway. They normally do a little 20-minute, half-an-hour showcase. But an interesting one is Square Enix, who always do a showcase.
Yeah, it's always massive.
They've basically said they are not. I think Square Enix have turned around and said they're not going to be involved, and it looks like those four are pretty much saying we're not there. Now they said other ones might get confirmed. It's really, really. Is that a sign that they think they can basically go on it on their own, or do you think they'll come back in a vengeance next year when E3 is back to how E3 is, i.e. a load of showcase events and a couple of days of people just playing computer games and getting, the reactions? What do we reckon, guys?
Well, a lot of the big publishers have been doing their own stuff anyway during E3 week the last number of years, like Microsoft, Sony, probably Bethesda, whatnot. They just get their own theatre somewhere near E3 and just do their own show on whichever night. So they're not technically part of the actual E3 show most of the time. They just do their own separate thing. So it's not unheard of. I can imagine some of those other ones you mentioned that haven't signed up yet might be doing their own thing around the same time, or maybe just after, just before.
Yeah. See, I have to agree with you there, because if you think about it, a lot of them did their own showcase events last year. They've only just announced this is going ahead. Normally they announce E3 like near the start of the year. So it makes me wonder whether a lot of these software houses and big games companies have gone, well, we've already, as you said, already sorted our own showcases. I wouldn't be surprised if there's some that are very close to those dates or even before. I know for a fact that EA did theirs the day before E3 started, which was a bit of a kick in the nuts in 2019. Chris, what do you think about this?
With it being online, it doesn't really matter, does it, so much? Because people are going to watch, and I suppose if they put it away from E3, they might draw more of an audience. Because the only problem is with E3, it's drawn out so long, and people do get bored and they lose people along the way. Where if they just do one little showcase, like a week later or a month later, they might draw a bigger audience.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe that's what they're going for, because it's all going to be online anyway. So what's the difference?
So
as you said, they might not be ready for it.
That's the thing. Now, interestingly enough, Bethesda are not there yet. I wouldn't be surprised if Bethesda are just going to be a part of the big Xbox one.
Yeah.
Because Bethesda used to do all the... Last time Bethesda showcased one is when Todd Howard came out and apologised for Fallout 76.
Oh, really?
And then followed it up with getting Andrew WK on stage to sing Rage 2, which was a bit obscure, but whatever works. But yeah, I think that'll be coaxed in there, but we'll have to see what really happens. It's going to be an interesting one. Hey, Lukalele, good to see you. Thanks for being here. That's absolutely fine, dude. That's absolutely fine. Appreciate you lurking. All helps with the viewing figures, my friend. All helps with the viewing figures. So yeah, I'm quite excited for it. I don't think it will be as exciting. Be interesting to see how they do it, whether they are going to have like a stage area and bring certain people out to give it that atmosphere, or if they're going to do it a bit like we saw Gamescom, where it was just a load of people just introducing trailers, which to me isn't, because there's that hype, isn't it? Like we've seen, especially with the Xbox E3s, when they announced Forza Horizon 4, they brought out, Forza Horizon 3, they brought that car made out of Lego out. Or they had Keanu Reeves come out, or they've had some crazy shit going on, which some works and some doesn't, where they go, hey, look, we're really playing this game, and then you realise the whole thing's out of sync, and no, they're not. There's not really people playing this game. It's pre-recorded audio. But, I wonder if it'll take some of the shine off it. We'll have to see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, usually they do the presentations in front of their own teams anyway.
Yeah.
So it's always a bit like, because you get the audience go, oh! It's just like, yeah, all right, yeah, we know that.
Won't be the same with that middle-aged man screaming at the front when, say, Todd Howard comes out.
You go, Fallout 76 was a failure. Yeah! Oh, sorry, wrong cue. But you're right, because I could tell you now, right, it is a good game, because it was one of the first games I streamed on the channel, and even Chris turned up and said, where's all the guns? Super Lucky's Tale.
Oh, yeah.
It's an absolutely cracking platformer game. It's really good. But I remember them showing the trailer. I think that was probably E3 2018. And after they showed the trailer, there was literally about 2 people going, there was no reaction for it whatsoever. And they quickly darted into the next trailer. And I thought, ow, I feel bad for those guys. Because like, the song goes like, they go, oh, Gears 5. And everyone goes, ah! And I went, Super Lucky's Tale. It is funny. It is funny. But there you go. It is crazy. So there we go. E3, ladies and gentlemen. We will give you more news as E3 spans out, but I will be covering a lot of E3 stuff. Now, obviously, E3 happens at funny times, so I may end up streaming very peculiar times that week. But sometimes it's not bad. Like sometimes the Xbox showcase is like 5 o'clock in the afternoon in UK times, which ain't so bad. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Right, should we do some more games?
We probably should. It's not pointless, isn't it?
Might as well. Ender's trying to get me to say something, and I'm going to show it, but I'm not going to read it out because I know what he's trying to get me to do. That's all I'm going to say on that matter. So we've got quite a few PC games we're going to talk about. There's not much out for the consoles this week, I'm going to be honest. So we're going to go through a couple of PC games. The first is technically, this actually came out a while ago it's now on beta, or beta, depending on how you want to say it, for PC. But this actually came out in March. But the reviews, weirdly, are only just coming out for this. This is out on PC. I say it's technically out now. This is Magic Legends. And here we go with the trailer. Let us know in the comments what you think. I'll be right back after this video. There you go. So that is Magic Legends, which is on PC beta. So, pretty much, if you're familiar with games like Diablo and stuff like that, it's pretty much what you get in here. Me personally, I'm not really into these games. I've played a few that are similar and are not too bad, but I think you've really got to be into this to be this kind of thing. Dave, your thoughts on this one?
Well, as you say, it just looks like Diablo, doesn't it? I mean, if you just put them side by side, probably hard to tell the difference one between the other. I'm with you. I'm not massively into these types of games. I did play a reasonable bit of Diablo 3 co-op, which was fun for a while. Then it just, for me, it just starts getting really samey. It's just bash the same old demons over and over again just to get whatever rewards. And I suppose if you like that, yeah, it's probably your type of game. Go for it, give it a whirl. But not mine.
Okay, Chris.
I don't mind these games. I think the difference with this one is it's based on Magic the Gathering, the card game. So yes. I think what they're trying to do is they're really getting these spells and the cards, and it's all about combinations. It's not just your usual sort of hack and slash. I believe it's more about combinations and putting all your cards together, getting a good deck sort of, but then playing with the people. I think it's that sort of. Yeah, it looks okay. I'd probably give it a go, but yeah, it's nothing too new, I'd say.
Yeah.
And I believe there has been other Magic the Gathering games anyway.
There have been, yes.
So, yeah. So yeah, it's just another one. If you're into those games, I'm sure you'd be very happy with it.
Yeah. What do we reckon this got score-wise? Chat, drop your answers in, have a guess. We can confirm it is official. It doesn't have Enderman in it because it's not Minecraft. But yeah.
I'd love if they did a special Enderman card there.
An Enderman DLC or something. But there you go.
I'm going to go for 7.
7 out of 10. Dave.
Or Dave nicks it.
I'll go for an 8. Who knows if I'll get it right or not. Okay.
Do we reckon, what we do in chat, give us some scores in the chat. I do want to see. So we got a 7 and we got an 8. Mia says, I literally haven't been listening. Well, thank you, Mia.
Well, give a score anyway.
Give a score anyway. You might be right. You don't know. You watch. We're trying to defeat Dave's run of good guessing. So far,
well, so far.
I think we already have pretty much.
Yeah,
I'm going to send someone around to clean the lens on that camera.
Yeah. That's not happening. Keep it dirty. Keep it dirty. Nobody getting any Mr. Sheen out now. That's it. Discord says a 4. Mia says a 6. I can tell you now. Got a 5.
Some terrible scores this week.
I might not give it a try then.
Terrible scores this week.
It's hard to tell from some of those trailers that they're going to be that bad because these ones that are scoring low, they actually look pretty good in the trailers.
I know.
Yeah.
They basically said it's nothing new.
Yeah, it's the same.
It's been done before, and it's been done a lot better. It may improve because you've got to remember this is the beta version of it. It may improve, but generally, by the time you get the beta, unless they postpone it for a year, you're pretty much near the end of the game. It's really just to get other stuff out.
Well, you say that, but Diablo 3 had loads of improvements after that came out because that didn't do very well with fans to begin with. So they can charge them up.
There you go. Bargain of the century. Zen said, I just bought Ace Combat 7, which is normally 50 quid for a massive deal of a tenner. Is that on, that's on PlayStation VR, isn't it? I believe.
I believe that's right.
Yeah, I played some of the Ace Combat games. I actually quite enjoyed them.
I think
that one's on Game Pass as well, isn't it?
Yeah, I thought I saw
sure it is.
I thought
Ace Combat 7's
only was on PlayStation Game Pass. Well, whatever it is on PlayStation.
But of course, it's not in VR if it's on Xbox. But
exactly.
There you go. So, ladies and gentlemen, that was Magic Legends, which is out on PC. Actually came out at the end of March. If you want to give it a whirl, that's your kind of thing. Go for it. Another PC game. Now, what's interesting about this one is that this actually came out on other platforms a couple of weeks ago, but literally only came to PC last Friday. This is a game called Trials of Fire. Let's check out the trailer. Have a guess in the chat what you reckon this might get. Let us know if this is your kind of game. Here we go by pressing the buttons. Let's go. Let's have a look at this trailer.
Open the book. This is how your story begins. Ash is a wasteland. The cataclysm ravaged this world, leaving this burning crucible for our ancestors. From that storm of fire and magic, we have clawed back a chance at survival. Our last hope. For 3 generations, we have endured. Now, it is your turn. You have grown strong, living in the safety of this settlement. But the land of flames beyond our walls will test every ounce of that strength. Every journey you take will be a trial. This book is yours to write. These stories are yours to tell me. Its blank pages hunger for tales of your exploits, the battles you will survive, the challenges you will overcome, the flames that will forge your legend. This is not a story to be read, set safe around this fire. This is an adventure waiting to be written. Open the book. This is how it begins.
There you go. Trials of Fire, which came out last Friday on PC. If anyone loves The Witcher and loves Gwent, this is a very sort of that kind of style game. Turn-based combat, not necessarily with cards. There are cards in it, but you can see it's more like token-based. But they've done something a bit differently. Than rather than just having a deck of cards playing against each other, you've got the terrain and the story, and you work through the book, which is quite a nice little unique effect. Chris, I'll start with you on this one. What are your thoughts on this?
I don't know. To me, it looks a bit like a mobile game. You know, it's not really. I don't know. It's these PC games. I'm not used to them. I'm used to more of a sort of a Xbox, PlayStation sort of vibe. It looks okay. I mean, the graphics look nice. They've hyped it up quite nicely in the trailer.
Yeah.
It's not something I'd personally go for, but it could be good. It's one of those. It's one of those games where you have to give it a go to see if you like it. Really, I think it's, as you said, it's like, I know you said it's like a card game, but with tokens. You just have to give it a go. Really.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It could be good. I don't really know what to say. It could be good. It could be not.
That's a fair assessment. Before we move on, we had a spammer going, and this is what we love about Mia. Mia's straight in there, deletes the spammer, and the spam message says, "Actually, fuck off, you stupid twat. I'm not in the mood to deal with this." Mia was on that. Like, it was there, and it was gone, like, in a matter of seconds. Mia's on the ball. So thank you, Mia. Greatly appreciate that.
I didn't even notice it.
No, it's gone. It's the usual. Do you want to become famous? Stupid bloody. We don't get many of them now. They're a bit scared to come on our channel because they know they're going to get their ass kicked by Mia. So that's the thing. But thank you, Mia. Greatly appreciated you doing that and looking out for our channel. Dave, your thoughts on this one?
So it looked nice enough. Yeah, I quite like the way the page of the book turn. It sort of builds up a new level, but it's not my type of game. So I've got very little interest in these card deck building games. I believe it's supposed to be a bit of a rogue light as well. So it obviously be different like each time you go through the book.
Yeah.
No, it's not going to be on my list to play. Even though I can see it's quite cheap on Steam, still not going to spend like 11 quid in it.
Yeah, it's not that expensive, to be fair, and I don't think it's that expensive on all the other because it is out on Xbox, PlayStation, and Switch.
Oh,
it's just weird. Yeah, it's just weird how it came out.
Try it.
It came out for them about 6 weeks ago, but it's only literally come to PC, which is really weird. I would have thought it would have been the other way around, but there you go. I
could have been playing it for 6 weeks.
I know.
Just start after this, mate.
Yeah. We can play together, Dave.
No.
Fair enough. I'll just play
Sea of Thieves, maybe.
Yeah.
Or
Halo.
Right, what do we reckon scores, people? Chuck your scores in the chat for us. What do you reckon this Trials of Fire got out of 10? Lads, what are you saying? What are you thinking about this one?
I don't know. 7.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to go for 6.
Go for a 6.
It's not an 8.
It's not an 8. Okay.
I don't think it's an 8.
Ender's asking, does it have 1 zombies in it? I don't know. 2 skeletons. It probably does because it's that kind of game. And 3 Enderman. No, because it's not Minecraft. Discord says a 6. Mia says, I don't know, 6. So, Chris, what was the one thing you just said?
Oh, don't you dare. 8?
No, what you said was...
Oh, what I said was 7.
No.
Good.
After that, it's not an 8.
It's not an 8, yeah.
Yeah. Well, it is. It's an 8. It gets an 8 out of 10.
Damn it.
Better than we thought, eh?
So,
Dave, see, as I said, it's one of those games where I reckon if you play it, you might like it.
I think you would. Yeah, I think
you have to play it. It's like if you saw someone playing poker, you'd be like, "Who's interested in playing a card game?" But then it draws you in, and
I streamed the game. I think it was just after Christmas that I didn't think I was going to like, and it's linked to the Witcher Tales. But it's like a little map that you go around and you talk to people, but all the battles are a card game thing. I absolutely loved it. I don't know what it was. It was really addictive. And I'd never played anything like it before. So if that is anything like that, I could see why it could get such a good thing. So, yeah. Ender, you might have to give it a rest because I think you're going to end up pissing Mia off and then she'll probably ban you. So watch yourself, fella. Watch yourself. But I could tell you this now. The next game we're going to talk about, some news, is Mass Effect. And no, it doesn't have any Endermen in because everyone say it together. It's not Minecraft.
Well, since it's on PC, someone could mod it in.
Yeah, well, then that might happen. Mass Effect with added Enderman DLC. But yeah, right. We're going to talk about Mass Effect. Mass Effect Legendary Edition is coming out next month. They are really making sure that everything, they want this to be a really decent release. They've put out a few things to say, look, this is what you can expect from it. This is how we've upgraded it. They're really pushing the message that they don't want this to be like a few other games, mentioning no names, that have come out and it's got bugs. So they basically said for like especially the first Mass Effect, they've been on a lot of fine tuning. They've reworked a lot of the combat in it, reworked a lot of the abilities. Apparently there was first game boss battles that were very awkward that wouldn't work well now because there's certain elements that aren't in the game. So they've reworked it so that it works like how Mass Effect 2 and Mass Effect 3 would work. They've said that it is now has a reliable cover-based system. So if you're getting into cover, it's going to work. It's not going to throw you out, or it's not going to be a bit jaunty. Just generally, there's a lot of things that more improved audio and the things you'd expect from a remaster, and better graphics, etc. But they've really gone into fine detail about what they're doing with this. I'm not a massive Mass Effect fan. I've only played a little bit of Andromeda, as Dave knows, but I know Dave's literally got to see it like end of Andromeda and has played some of the others. Dave, I'll start with you. As a Mass Effect fan, are you excited for this? And do you think this is going to be also? I mean, Luke's got to shoot off, but before he does, we'll just mention his comment because he says, "I need to shoot. Dude, enjoy the rest of it. Mass Effect is going to be awesome." And I actually think they'll do a really good job with this. And thank you so much for the 7 showing love bits. That's greatly appreciated, dude. Thank you very much. We'll never be as good as Halo. Ha!
Yeah. Definitely. Halo's just the best.
As good as
I might
Halo.
have to refund you those bits, Luke. I might have to give you them back after you said that. Have a good night, though, mate. Have a good night. The new Halo is going to be insane, he says.
Be better than Doom Eternal, I reckon.
Oh, you can.
Better than anything else that's shootery on Xbox, I'd imagine, being since they're premium.
Do you know what? I've said it. I'm going to say it again. I will give it a fair shout. I will give it a fair shout when it comes out. But I just don't like Halo. And I do.
Which is fair enough. You can't like everything. I mean, I don't really like Doom Eternal that much.
I want to be on the show.
I like the 2016 Doom,
well.
enjoyed it, but Eternal I just couldn't get into. And I watched a bit of your stream doing the Old Gods Part 2. It just looks too fucking stressful for me. That
mate, I only did one level in a 2-hour stream, and to be fair, I only did that in an hour and a half because I then talked to the chat for half an hour to calm myself down. It's punishing, but I love every minute of it.
Mm-hmm.
It is really good, that new DLC so far. I've only done one level, but there you go. Luke, you're fine. This is what the talk show's all about. You haven't taken us off track. You've just reminded me that I hate Halo, so that's absolutely fine by me. Halo, Middle's favourite game, not. Is Halo bringing a BR? Do you know what that means? They said they released a video a while ago. It seemed like a rumour.
I can't think it maybe means Battle Rifle.
Battle Royale. Dude,
Battle Royale.
Halo Battle Royale. Of course. Have you heard any rumours about this? Because that's the first I've heard about it.
No, I don't know about a Battle Royale. I know they've got their doing the multiplayer free to play this time, aren't they? Which is going to sort of release, I think, sort of separate to the main campaign part.
Yeah,
that's where they do a Battle Royale bit for it. Who knows?
Not
everything has to be Battle Royale. We've already got loads of them, haven't we?
Like I said, they released a video then dropping in via pods, etc. So I don't know.
They could do that with like the I can't remember what the mode is called. Is it Fire Team or something? It's got the sort of bigger maps, wasn't it, Chris? In the Halo 5,
exactly.
Multiple teams against multiple
and
AI.
on Halo Reach, right at the start, they drop in on pods, don't they? The first story mode. So maybe they're arcing back to that a little bit. I think it's Halo Reach, wasn't it? Where you start in a pod, a crash pod, you got to open it up and.
Oh, you're thinking about ODST.
Yes, that's
Luke
it. Yeah.
says you're right. Luke says you're right. Yeah, they do. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. I'm sure as we get closer to the launch date, we'll find out more. But we'll see. We'll see. Anyway, Mass Effect.
Oh yeah, we were talking about that, weren't we?
We were talking about that. Yeah, that game that's like Halo. So Halo
that was good.
Comes out in a few. No, hang on, we're going in a loop here. Dave, Mass Effect, you're a big fan. Are you excited for this?
Yeah, I really loved the when they came out originally. I can't say I'll be getting the Legendary Edition because I've already played through them years ago. I want to play through again. But they were really good games. I thoroughly enjoyed the story in them. It was great having the same character that you could design the first game and then take him through 2 and 3.
Yeah,
but I will be interested to see how they've improved the first one because there was quite I think a big gap between 1 and 2, and when 2 came out, that was when EA kind of took over with it.
Yeah,
and obviously quite a few changes in how it played, how the combat was. The first one was a bit more RPG-ish, so the second one felt quite different. So interesting to see how they sort of try and blend them all together so they all feel the same. Because some people might find it quite a bit jarring going back to the first one after playing 2 and 3 with its different sort of style and combat.
We'll have to see. I mean, I'm tempted to give it a whirl because I've only Corona. There you go.
Bless you.
Bless you.
You heard it here live. Luke-a-lele, thank you so much for the 6 showing the loves. Thank you. Greatly appreciate it. And hello, J Dino. I would give it a whirl because I've not really played any of the first original 3. It looks a thing, and there's a new Mass Effect game coming that we know of, which is we haven't got a date for that, have we? It's 2021, 22.
Oh no, it's miles away.
Yeah,
tiny little teaser trailer they did.
I think this is going to build up the hype for that because obviously, some people might not be familiar with that. But Chris, I've
never played them, but I do want to play them because I've been told by so many people that I'll probably really enjoy them. And what I've heard about them, it sounds really good. So, like you, I think I'm going to give it a whirl when it comes out, and then hopefully by the time the next one comes out, if it is 2 years, that'll probably take me about that long to get through a couple of games. Hopefully I'll be ready for it. So okay. I'm quite pleased that they've done it, to be honest.
Well, it's going to be landing soon because it literally lands next month.
Okay,
so
cool.
I'm sure we'll get the reviews in and we'll talk about it on this show, definitely. So it's one of the 4 or 5 big games for me that comes out. So it's very close. We're literally weeks away from it landing. Let's talk about some more games that come out. This one, this comes out tomorrow. It's another PC game. I said we're very heavy on the PC games this week. And
always is whenever I'm on the show.
Yeah, this one I'm going to say, be careful of your ears because I think the trailer for this is a bloody loud trailer. I
might mute myself so it doesn't echo.
Yeah, we'll see what happens when it comes in. I just remember when I got the trailer up for this, I was like, bloody hell. This is called Tasomachi. It's out on PC tomorrow. All I'm going to say is I think once you watch this trailer, it will give you vibes of another very much liked game. That's all I'm going to say. Let's see what you think in the chat. Let us know. We're going to watch the trailer for this, and we'll be right back. Here we go. This is Tasomachi. So there you go, folks. That's that. Now, what games came to mind?
Dave?
I was waiting for you.
Oh, well.
I suppose in some respects it reminds me a bit sort of Zelda, exploring villages and whatnot.
Yeah, Zelda. Yeah.
Breath of the Wild, maybe.
Mm.
Oh, it's a little bit of that, yeah.
A little bit of that. Yeah. Okay.
I like the fog thing. I mean, that's like do you remember in the N64 days they used to say, "Oh, it's the fog." It's because they couldn't get the draw distance.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah, I remember that in Turok.
Especially, I was just about to say that Turok was the great thing. You're like, all right, the fog getting closer. Oh, there's an enemy. I'll move away from it. Oh, it's the fog again. Let's go in the fog. It's yeah, it is very similar to Breath of the Wild in some respects. But I mean, your thoughts on it? I'll start with Chris on this.
It looks okay. It looks like, as you said, a Breath of the Wild sort of platformer. It looks interesting enough. I mean, there's a lot of other games out there that you could have over it, but yeah, it looks fine. If you go it cheap enough, I imagine the story would probably be quite good. So maybe if you just wanted something a bit different, so yeah, maybe give it a go if you're into platformers.
Yeah. Dave?
Yeah, I thought it's got a nicely designed environment. Looked like a nice place to sort of wander around and explore. I don't think it's meant to be a particularly long game. I think it's a shortish one, no combat. You've got to go and collect these sources of light from around the world to solve whatever the mystery is. So it might be quite nice if you just fancy a short, chill game. Yeah, get away from all the violence and all the other games we play.
Yeah,
chill out with that. Maybe after you play Doom Eternal next week, mate, you could go to that and then relax for it afterwards.
Unless he brings the violence over into it.
Could get another Doom like Animal Crossing crossover thing, possibly. You never know. It could happen. What do we reckon the scores for this one were? Dave, I'll start with you.
I'll see if I can get them all wrong this week. I guess a 7.
Okay.
Oh, I'm definitely going for an 8.
Chris is going for an 8. Do we got anyone in the chat that wants to have a guess for Tasomachi? Zenkai says it's an artsy game, so I'm guessing an 8. Okay, so that's another 8. Anybody else want to have a guess? Kuda's going for a 7. Hello, Kuda. Good to see you. Okay, so we've got lots of 7s and lots of 8s. Discord's going for a 7 as well. Okay, so I can tell you, Dave, your losing streak is carrying on. It got an 8 out of 10. Chris got this one right, and so did Zenkai. He got that. 8 out of 10. Said it seemed a decent game. It's going to get some great reviews. Let's give it a try. Comes out tomorrow on PC. Now we're going to, again, another PC game, but something, again, very different. And again, another game that could be classed a bit like Lost Words, very innovative on how it does the storytelling. This next game is actually came out Thursday last week. And this is called Before Your Eyes. And all will become clear why it's called that when we watch this trailer. Here we go.
Your life. You're going to show it to me. I want to see exactly what made you so absolutely great. If you understand what I'm saying, blink over my hand here. Just think back.
Look at that sun.
To the very beginning. The first thing that you can remember. Every time you blink, you're going to jump forward in time. Could be a second.
Ooh, that's good.
Could be 5 years.
But that's enough for me.
We have to make him do this every birthday.
That's a great idea.
I don't know what I'd do without old Benny. It's Chloe, your neighbor.
But understand,
I love it.
no matter how much you like it, you're not going to be able to stay, all right?
Your mother gone, I'm hoping to finally live without all the clutter.
It's over.
What's
going on with Benjamin Quinn?
You're ashamed of something. Something so terrible, you're trying to blink right past it.
Close your eyes, Ben.
So I'm gonna ask you again. Well, no matter how painful it gets, I'm gonna send you there. To start from the very beginning. I need you to remember. And just try to enjoy it this time.
So there you go, folks. That is Before Your Eyes. It basically is exactly what it says. You basically have to look in the right places to basically unveil different things for the game.
Like Cyberpunk.
You got to look really hard in that one there.
You hit the nail on the head there with that one. Yeah.
Yeah. You know the bits I mean, though, don't you?
I know exactly the bits you mean.
Yeah.
Go up to the person and their face goes, oh, there it is. And then they suddenly fly off into the sky. Yeah. But no, the graphics in this look far better. Let's put that up forward. Yeah, Chris, your thoughts on this one?
It's interesting, isn't it? I probably would give it a go just out of interest. Yeah, it's definitely different, and I take it you play it over and over again till you get the right key bits of the story. Then you know what happened to you. He touched you here, here, and here. On to Dave.
On that bomb,
follow that. No, I think it looks quite cool.
That's what you've been blanking out all these years.
I quite like the look of that.
Yeah.
I mean, Chris has probably sport it now with the here, and here. That's what I'm going to be thinking of. I'm going to be hoping it's not a bit like that, or I'm going to blink at each bit. But it sounds like an interesting way to control it. Just have your webcam on, look at the screen, control it that way. It's quite cool. Something different. It's only about £8 on Steam, so I might actually pick it up, so have a look at it and see what it's like. It looks like it's got an interesting story, got a bit of a mystery to it. So
yeah.
I think if you like those sort of games, I think it's going to be worth a go.
Yeah. Let us know in the chat scores what you think Before Your Eyes has got. I say, came out Thursday last week on PC. Starting with Dave. What score?
I'll go for an 8. Look pretty good.
Okay. Dave's going for an 8. Chris, what do you reckon?
For a 7.
We're going for a 7. Chat, what do we reckon? Give us your scores now in the chat, folks. What do you reckon Before Your Eyes got? That's a good. Yeah, do you know what? That's a great analogy. Or not even an analogy, but it reminds me of What Remains of Edith Finch. If you have not played that, it is a superb game. You got that. So I think it gets an 8. Okay, so it gets a 9 out of 10.
Oh,
9 out of 10.
Definitely get it for £8 then.
5, yeah, it's £8 on Steam. Gets a 9 out of 10. So it might be a short game, but for a couple of quid, it's definitely worth playing. It's getting a lot of praise right now. So do go check it out. There you go. That's we've got one more game after that. So the question is that going to be our highest scoring game of this evening? We will have to see. We're going to move on. There's been some fluttering rumours. A trailer dropped for a game which people pretty much didn't really know what it was. And we are going to play that trailer for this game. But then lots of rumours started floating around. And I think this is a great story. Just see how rumours can get round and literally amount to nothing. The game we're talking about is a game called Abandoned. It is made by Blue Box Studios. It is going to be a PS5 exclusive. We're going to watch the trailer and then we're going to talk about what type of games does it remind you of, and what could the rumours be that started going round, and how these rumours got totally out of control. So let's have a look at the trailer for Abandoned.
Let me tell you a story. A true story. A story that could overcome to all of us. Imagine waking up at a place far, far away from home. Away from your loved ones. Away from friends. Away from safety. Trying to understand how you got there. No one there to guide you. No one there to assist you. No food. No water. You've got nothing to survive. But the complicated part is, well, you're a prey. A powerless, thirsty, and a weak prey of a strong, blood-loving community led by a religious nutjob. A false prophet that will do anything for power, anything for wealth. And when you realize this, you know it's the end. Your end. But you will never accept this. You will fight for a way out.
So there you go, folks. That is a first look at Abandoned. What games does it remind you of?
Oh, Resident Evil, really. Especially with the bit of the gun at the end, first person perspective.
Yeah. What else? I mean, already saying cannot wait to play this on PS5. There's a lot of hype about it. I think there's been a lot of hype generated by who they thought was associated with this game. Chris, what sort of games does this remind you of?
I'm not really sure, to be honest. Honestly, I don't know. It looks interesting, though. It looks a bit Blair Witchy.
Yeah. I'll give that. I mean, one of the things it's already been quoted on is how good the forest graphics and the trees and everything looks.
It looks lovely.
Yeah. Blair Witch, which came out nearly 2 years ago, believe it or not, did it okay, but not too brilliantly.
Yeah.
But they've said this could be like one of the best looking kind of forest areas in a game that you've ever seen. Okay, so I'm going to tell you what happened. This trailer dropped and people went batshit crazy, assuming that this was something to do with the PT/Silent Hills game that never surfaced.
Yeah. Okay.
Look. Hit the nail on the head. You're bang on right. So they went, it's a Kojima game then. That's what it is. This is the Kojima's next PlayStation exclusive. To which PlayStation and Blue Box had to put out statements saying it's got nothing to do with him. Very flattered to be said that, but he has got no involvement, no nothing, blah, blah, blah. So that rumor was quickly quashed, but it gained interest on the game. What was interesting is it then went that there was a circulated rumor about the fact that saying, Kojima's not doing an exclusive for PlayStation because Kojima is doing an exclusive for Xbox. And everyone went ape shit again. And a few days later, Phil Spencer went, no, he's not. We're not working with him on anything.
Yeah.
But some of them could be lying.
They could be lying. And someone did point out, and this is going into a real deep dive, a couple of weeks ago when Phil Spencer, who's the head of Xbox, was doing a video. He has done videos in before that lead into stuff. before the Xbox Series S even came out, he did a video with one hidden in the background. And it's there on his shelf, right? This is the white one. People only picked up on it after it was announced. That this was a couple of months before they even showed what it looked like. In his most recent one, there is literally a Kojima figure from one of his games in the background of the video that he's talking at. And now people are just going, Phil Spencer's lying. It's a code. It's true. It's a code. It's a code. Vinny, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome, Vinny. Great to see you. Thank you so much. So it's crazy. But they're all saying, no, it's not. And obviously, as we know, the last PlayStation exclusive that he did was Death Stranding, which got very mixed reviews. So we don't know what he's working on, but if anything, it has put a lot of favourable views towards Blue Box's game Abandoned. Like a lot of people are looking at that now, going, "Oh, I like the look of this." So either it's a very clever marketing plan, or it was just generally a big mistake from the rumor mill. But it's got that game noticed. I hadn't even heard of this until last week.
Yeah.
Nobody even knew it was being developed. So this comes out at the end of this year. So it'd be interesting to see what it's like. So let us know in the chat if you're looking forward to Abandoned. It could be a very, very interesting game. And we'll have to see who's telling the truth and who might be lying. Oh, now that's a good comparison. People might compare it to Outlast 2. But in the daytime, yeah, because Outlast 2 was out in like a canyon-y thing. Yeah, I agree. But obviously it was nighttime. There was bits of forest and stuff. I've still not played that one yet. It put me off when the guy got a pickaxe in the bollocks in the game demo. And I was like, yeah.
That's not right.
That would sting.
It would sting. That would leave a mark, as they would say.
Oh.
So there you go. Our final game, not the end of the show, folks, but our final game we're going to talk about this is not a new game at all. But it's another one of these games that has stumbled onto the new consoles. Literally, as of today, Final Fantasy XIV is available as an open beta on PS5. We are going to have a look at the trailer, and then we'll talk about it, and we'll see what the reviews are for Final Fantasy XIV. Whether you call this remastered, remake, I don't know, but yeah, they've done it again. Here we go. There you go, folks. So that is the open beta for Final Fantasy XIV. As Zenkai said, it's literally in PlayStation Store now, and it's free to play because it is the beta. We have to say that it is the beta version. It's not the finished version, but you can go and give it a go. Hello, Lady Reds. Thank you for being here. Greatly appreciated. Even if you were dragged in here by Vinny, it's greatly appreciated. So for me, I have a very mixed relationship with Final Fantasy games. There's some I really like, and there's some I don't. I can't really tell from that. I've not played this one. I can't really tell from that trailer whether I would like this one or not. But I can see that if you haven't played it, it's probably going to be far better in terms of, as I said, quicker loading times, graphics are spruced up, etc., etc. So you'll probably get a lot better experience than you previously did. But also for the hardcore fans, you've just got to get it again. Or I think they'll be very happy to get it. Chris, have you played Final Fantasy?
I've played loads of Final Fantasies, nearly all of them, but not the online stuff. Because originally, when it first came out, you used to have to subscribe to them just to the Final Fantasy online. And I'm not into giving away my money that much. So, I never played it. So, I don't know. I don't know what it's like. I've never played Final Fantasy Online. Have you, Dave?
No, it's not one I've gone for either. I can't say I spend much time with these big MMORPGs. It's having the time to invest in them, really. I never really got into them. I think the only one I've ever really tried is EVE Online, which is like a sort of sci-fi MMO. That was all right. I didn't stay with it for long. But from what I know of Final Fantasy 14, it had a bad start. Didn't do very well when it first came out, but they went back to the drawing board with it and have improved it and kept, bringing out new content for it in all the years it's been out. So I believe it is meant to be, a good game. But it depends.
Was that the one that was on 360 originally?
Oh, I can't remember. It's been around for a while, so it could have been on there as well.
Yeah, I think that's the one where you had to pay for it separately. So you'd pay your normal Xbox Live, and then you had to pay for that on top. And I think I got hold of it, and then I realised, and I was like, "Oh, I'm not doing that because it's another, whatever it was, like another 20 quid a month."
Well, back when it came out, it was more the subscription model for those types of games, but it's long over the years now. So they've got rid of those. They get your money in other ways.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So the question is, seeing that this is technically free at the moment, would you try it?
Yeah, I'd probably give it a go. Yeah, just to see what it's like and see what I've been missing out on for the last 10 years. But I'd definitely give. I mean, I do like the Final Fantasy games. As I said, I've got them all pretty much. So yeah, I'd give it a go.
Okay.
Shame the graphics haven't been really updated that much.
No, it's just been given like a little bit of a
HD sort of. Yeah.
Listen, so what do we reckon scores wise? Again, in the chat, have a guess. Jay Dino did say earlier, I've played all of the Final Fantasy games, and the 7 remake is very good.
Yes, it is.
I've not played that one. I played 8. I hated 8. A lot of people don't like 15. I absolutely love 15. So but that's me because I'm weird. But what do we reckon this got score wise? Bearing in mind it is just the beta or the beta. Discord is saying a 7.
I'm going 8.
You're going for an 8. Dave?
Ooh, I'll go for 9. Just so I know it's been around a while and it's popular.
Okay, going for a 9. Okay. Anybody? Oh, got lots of other guesses. Mia's going for a 6. Jay Dino's going for an 8. So there's plenty of people having guesses. So, do we think Dave has actually managed to get one right this evening?
Hopefully not.
No, I don't.
For a run of bad luck.
I reckon he went for a 9 just so he could get it wrong.
Okay, Zenkai is saying an 8 as well.
God.
I can tell you that Dave, congratulations, you didn't get any right this week.
Yeah,
it got
awesome.
10. You're an absolute failure.
Thank you very much.
Well done.
If you're going to do it wrong, do it right.
I put a lot of hard work in to fail that badly.
If you're going to get them all right, get them all right. If you're going to get them all wrong, don't be half-assed and get some of them right and some of them wrong. Do what Dave does. People. That's what you got to do. That's what you're going to do. 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10, ladies and gentlemen. So there you go. Give it a try. It's on PlayStation. Free, came out today. So just a bit of a recap before we go into our last couple of news stories and our last video for the evening. I'll explain a few things about that as well. So we had Lost Words out on Xbox One, PS4, Switch and PC. Came out Tuesday last week, got 6 out of 10. Doom 3 VR on PlayStation VR comes out on Friday. Got a 5 out of 10. Magic Legends is out on PC. Came out a couple of weeks ago on beta. 5 out of 10. Trials of Fire Came out on PC last Friday on 9th, but is also out on all other platforms. Came out a couple of weeks ago. Got 8 out of 10. Tasomachi, let me say that right, is out tomorrow on PC. 8 out of 10. Thursday last week saw the release of Before Your Eyes on PC. Got 9 out of 10, which is our highest scoring game of this week. And the Final Fantasy 14 beta came out on PlayStation 5 today, gets an 8 out of 10. Those were the games this week. Hello, Sher. Good to see you. I am very good. He's asking if you guys are okay.
All good.
Yeah, not too bad. Awesome.
There you go. So we'll move on to another story that leads into a story. So Sony have been coming under about a little bit of flack recently about what projects they're greenlighting and what projects they're not. Now, I'm going to start with a project that they've greenlighted. And you have to bear in mind that this game, and I'm not going to say the name of the game, came out originally on the PlayStation 3 in 2013 and then was remastered on 2014 on the PS4. I know Dave knows what do we think this game was? You can answer that in the chat, and I'll also let Chris have a go, because once you guessed, I'm going to tell you something that you might just go, what? No, it's not FIFA, because that literally comes out every year. Jay Dino is saying The Last of Us.
Just trying to think. Heavy Rain was, I know that came out. Did you say PlayStation?
It came out on PlayStation, yeah. It's a PlayStation exclusive.
Yeah, I don't know. And then there's Black. I know I was into that, but I mean, these are quite.
I remember that,
yeah. I don't know. Go
on then. So, Jay Dino has got it right. It's The Last of Us. The Last of Us came out in 2013 on PS3. It got remastered a year later for PS4.
Yep.
And now Sony have greenlighted it to have a complete remake. Why?
Yeah.
It's a big franchise. They can make more money off it.
But wouldn't
that'll be a reason.
They Last of Us 3? Maybe.
I would have thought so. It depends who's making it. If they're throwing it Naughty Dog's way, or if they're just throwing it at the studio to do it.
The reports basically said that soon as the production of Last of Us 2 was finished, some of the team from Naughty Dog was split up, some to work on a project and some to work on this remake straight away.
But that seems it's not even that old.
Exactly.
And it's had the remake already.
Right.
Well, the HD upscale.
See, now, if it was another remaster, I get it, but apparently they're changing it. It's going to be different.
Right.
I really don't think it needs it, and I think this is where it infuriates people, because that's been given the green light by Sony. Yet, Days Gone, which was a PlayStation exclusive, but is now coming to PC, or it has come to PC, I think, because we've been talking about it for ages, was not very well received by critics, but did sell very well and was much loved by people playing it. In fact, I even saw someone streaming it today. I don't know whether they're watching now, but Berserk was playing it, and I was watching him stream it. They pitched for the second one, and Sony's turned it down and said we don't want it. So it's been scrapped.
Oh, really?
So they've scrapped a sequel to a game that sold well, but decided to remake a game that is probably only about 7 years old. What's that all
they've
about?
only just released the second one, so it's not long. Yeah.
And the thing is, you wouldn't play the second one unless you played the first one. Why would you play the second one? It doesn't make sense.
And the first one was such a good game, so well put together. It does still look really good.
Yeah.
You know, you had that the slight remaster on the PS4 that improved it a bit. It's still good ones on the PS3, but this improved it even more. So it does seem a bit unnecessary. I can imagine if it does all go through and it ends up looking absolutely fantastic, like The Last of Us 2 does, I can imagine it would still sell pretty well. People would be interested in going and play it. But it would be interesting if they do mess with the story at all, because it was so well put together. I just can't really see.
Have you played it, Paul?
Mess with the story.
I've never played it because I don't play PlayStation.
Dave, lend him your PlayStation 4.
I sold it ages ago, mate. It funded the PS5.
Oh, you sold it?
Oh, yeah, it funded the PS5.
I mean,
I've still got my sisters from when I was little. Selling stuff makes me twitchy.
I think the thing is, there's a difference between a remaster and a remake. And Cher's just brought this up. And we talked about this again. We talked about this the other week. GTA 5 is coming to all the next-gen consoles. And they have said they're adding a few extra little bits. But it's basically a remaster. But it's making millions. There is a GTA 6 coming. We know that. We haven't got many details, but we do know that it's coming. But they're not remaking it.
People playing GTA 5 all the time.
They've just stuck it back on Game Pass for the second time.
Yeah.
You know, so loads of people are playing it, and people are going to play. This is going to be one of the first few games that has gone across 3 generations of consoles. Constantly. It's not gone away, gone out of the charts and stopped selling, and then they brought it back. It hasn't stopped selling copies since it first came out. It constantly still sells copies. It's in the top 100 games constantly. So, I mean, I don't really understand Sony, but I think they're just seeing the dollar signs clearly.
Well, they think they can see the dollar signs, whether they actually get them.
That's the interesting thing.
Depends how it turns out, what they do with it.
We'll have to see what happens. However, what is interesting about The Last of Us is it has been announced that there is going to be a Last of Us TV show, and it will be coming to HBO Max.
Okay.
And it says it uses elements of the games. They are not going to try and change the story, but there are other bits that will go round the story, which will bulk more onto the games. But that's all we know at the moment. There have been people guessing who's casted in it, but it's not been officially announced who's cast. But I mean, I guess if you're a Last of Us fan, this would be something that you'd be looking forward to. I've not played it, so if I played it, I probably would be excited. But at the moment, I'm just not that fussed about it because I wouldn't know anything about it. But if you guys have played it, are you excited for a TV show?
I can't say I was massively fussed about it being put into a different type of media. I mean, it makes more sense it's TV than a film because it wouldn't really fit into like a 2-hour movie particularly well. At least TV gives the story room to breathe like it will need. Hopefully they'll do a good job with it. I mean, HBO do make a lot of good stuff, so it's got a good chance of being decent.
Yeah.
But until we sort of see some footage to see what it looks like, see what the actors that have cast in the main roles look like, because we're all going to be comparing them to the characters in the game. If they don't live up to that, fans of the game are going to have a few problems with it, most likely.
I think it's going to be pretty much loosely based, isn't it? It's not going to be.
Yeah, but they need room to do their own thing. It can't be so rigidly stuck to the story for something like that. And as TV in a different medium, it will need to flow in a different way.
The Resident Evil series looks to be a lot better.
That's supposed to be on Netflix, isn't it?
That sounds quite good.
That's due to land quite soon, isn't it? If it hasn't already landed.
I think so. Yeah. That's going to have like Jill Valentine and Chris Redfield in it, and the original cast.
Well, that could be cool.
Jay Dino says I think it will make a good TV show. The story is so emotive. We'll see. We'll see what comes out. Bearing in mind that next week on HBO Max, the Mortal Kombat film lands, the brand new Mortal Kombat film. So I'll be interested to see what reviews that gets.
Oh, really?
I might even bring that into the show next week. We might talk about that, I think. Because we played a couple of trailers for that. We played one before Christmas and we played the second trailer on this show. So we'll have a look. But yeah, We'll see how we go. I like this. This is a quite a cool message, I actually think. Shares what I said. I think the last year and this quarter have been hard due to a pandemic. Let's get through this. High five each other and look forward to good games in the future. And Biomutant. He just mentioned Biomutant. Yeah, Biomutant looks cool. We mentioned this in a show a couple of weeks ago. That is out in fact, that's out next month, I believe. Biomutant is one of the 5 big games that's out next month, along with obviously Mass Effect, Resident Evil 8 Village, and 2 others. There would have been 6 games, but as we know, I think we touched on this last week, and Dave and me were talking about it at the start of the show. Loop Hero has been pushed back till September, unfortunately. I was looking forward to that. Is it Loop? What is it?
Death Loop, you mean? Loop Hero is something different. That's
Loop Hero is that game. Do you know what it is? That shirt keeps going on about Loop Hero. I'm sure it is. He keeps telling me you need to play it, and now I've got that stuck in my head now. But yeah, Deathloop. God damn it. Wrong game. But there you go. There you go. So there you go, folks. Now, final thing. I think we're going to end a little bit early. Not massively early, but we're going to end a little bit. We always ask our community to find different funny videos of games. Now, I don't tell the guests or Dave what this is going to be. And if you want to submit videos to us, message us either on my Twitch channel or message me in Discord. Say, check out this video. If it's good enough, it will make the closing video for the show. Now, it can be topical. It doesn't have to be funny. But if you think it's like a movie trailer or something that relates to a game or something we've not talked about or a really wacky trailer, then that's fine. Now, this week, it's a game that there hasn't been any news about this week, but frankly, we still can't stop talking about it, ladies and gents. It's Cyberpunk. And let's face it, we've been talking about this. We did talk about the news story a couple of weeks ago where I went on a full-on rant and basically told CD Projekt Red to go fuck themselves on the show, live on the show. Go back 2 weeks to watch that if you want to have a bit of fun. Round about 1 hour, 38 minutes, I think, or 41 minutes. I know.
I was looking out for the little red sniper dots on your forehead when you were saying all that. I was thinking, I'm going to take him out.
Well, I don't think they'll have much joy because Dave's blooming camera for getting the scores right ain't working, so I doubt they're going to get their sniper guns going either. So we'll see. But we talked about the fact that they brought out this new patch and it pretty much made the game worse in some places. And we did talk about it the week after. I think we talked about this last week, that yes, it did fix a lot of minor things, but has caused some hilarity in other things that didn't work. I am going to play you a video that Discord found and sent over to us. So thank you, Discord, for this content. A very funny video of a guy that was playing the game, downloaded the patch and played the game immediately and says, yes, it's made the game better. This is a 3-minute video, folks, but I think it's worth watching. So here we go with this video. So it says, I tried the new Cyberpunk update. Here we go. Have fun and watch this.
I have spawned every single vehicle in the game, and they've all come to this one spot. I'll take this one. There we go. There we go. That's slightly better. All right, slightly better. So I got 2 stars for killing like 24 NPCs about now. Oh, I lost the cops. Dang it. Classic. I'm gonna take this shotgun. I'm gonna give them a little one of these. I'm gonna turn around. Look there. They go. Yeah. Oh. Yep. There we go. Now it's a crime. Now it's a crime. 12 people's not a crime. 20, that's a crime. That's a criminal. And the cops are gone. Oh, there we go. That's some actual cop action. All right, cops, chase me. Chase me. Chase. They despawned. There we go. Help! No, I'm going to lose my star. I need to kill more people. There we go. So once you get 4-star, they just instantly kill you. Whoa, okay. I'm right here. Guys, I'm right here. I've killed like 300 civilians. Right here. Got a 2-star bounty on. You guys care? You guys don't care about? Now they care. How many people do I have to kill to get a 4? There we go. All right, now we're talking. What happens when I get out of my car? That's the real question. Oh, no. It'd be interesting to see if the cops ever like learn how to drive or something. What? Hey guys, I'm here. What is this? Oh, this gun. Forgot about how weak this gun was. Could you imagine? All right, I am going to take this. I'm going to take this one. Can I shoot out of my car window yet? Not yet? Okay, cool. What just happened there? Save yourselves, people! What? I love how they just disappear. All right, this person is stuck on my car. Just going to back up and try to get rid of her here. There we go. Easy peasy. So we all used to complain that the cops would just appear out of nowhere, just spawn on you. And now you can kill as many people as you want, and they just don't care at all. Imagine if the cops cared, even like 1%, you know? Oh, here's all my cars. Oh, boy. Out of my way, please. The cops literally do not care. Literally, they do not care. There we go. There we go. Can't really see what I'm doing here. Trying to get through here, please. Just trying to get through here, please. Good thing the cops don't care about that equipment. Oh, I'm not wanted anymore. I'll fix that. Hey, cops, I killed a lot of people. Uh-oh, looks like my car is...
So there you go, folks. That was all PC footage, believe it or not. I can relate to some of that stuff, especially the cop thing. I 2 weeks ago, when the update came out, I ran over tons of people, and it took ages for the cops to be notified. And as soon as the cops were notified, it took me less than 2 seconds to drive away and get out of it. But then when you get into certain aspects, like you might stop, I had this last night. I ran a load of people over, but stayed there, got a 4-star rating and got killed immediately. Like I didn't even have a chance to get away. I was dead, gone. So there's a lot of things in it that are just...
It's a very poor police system. You can only hold it up to like how other games do it. And GTA 5 is what, 7, 8? It's old. No, that is a really good police system. They come after you. Yeah, it gets harder and harder. You get a good chase going, don't you? It's absolutely great fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But then this one is just pathetically shit.
It is. I mean, again, we had things. Didn't have many things go wrong last night. We just had that, really, the police situation. I mean, Cher's saying another game the day before looks cool. Just after the 1.2 patch, no crashing yet. A few bugs at least, but they are working on it. So it's the best looking game I've ever seen. I never seem to get major bugs like attention-seeking video makers. The thing was, though, if they didn't have a game that was cocked up, no one would be making videos about it, to be honest. And we have had a lot of bugs. I think I'm on my 17th week of playing it, and it is really random. Some weeks it's absolutely fine. Some weeks it's plagued with stuff. I just thought it was a funny video that, the cop thing, just keep running those people over. No one cares. And then they sometimes get stuck to your car.
It's very Carmageddon, actually, doesn't it?
It does, Carmageddon. Now, that was a great game. I love Carmageddon.
Yeah, that's good.
You don't know what we're on about. Go check it out. The game got eventually banned and then got re-released with zombies, but then brought out
Blood,
zombies back into human beings. So all the blood and the gore as you drove over, especially that poor guy waving the flag to start the race. He was always my first target. Always. So
good
there you go, folks. So if you would like to submit a funny clip to the show, drop me a line on Twitch or drop us a line in our Discord. We will feature that. We will consider the video to be featured to end the show. I'd like to thank, for the second time, he's our only guest that's been on the show twice so far. Thank you to Chris for being here.
No,
Greatly
always a pleasure.
And I'm sorry it was a bit of a week for games this week.
That's all right.
I think we're going to get that during April. May's probably going to be the better month. May's going to be the better month.
As I said, as long as you bring me on for the Halo week, I don't mind.
We could probably arrange that. We could probably do that. I could probably
might
make
have
that.
to try and get a full head mask. Do the whole thing in there as the master.
Oh, mate, yeah, that'd be good. We get a dress up thing. I'll have to figure something out. Yeah, cosplay night. Thank you to Dave as always.
A pleasure, mate.
Awesome. Thank you so much for being here. I also want to say tomorrow night, just a reminder. Thank you to all of you that helped me get over 200 followers last week. And because of that, we are doing a special Jackbox party stream tomorrow night at 9 o'clock. If you've never done Jackbox, it's a bloody good laugh. Just get your mobile phone or your tablet. We are going to play games from all 7 Jackboxes. We have never done this before. We've done from all 5, but we now have all 7 Jackboxes. So we are going to give it a whirl. We're going to get you to vote to pick which games we play, and then you can all join in. I've also said once we hit 250 followers, I'm going to do a stream like I did back in February when I hit 100 followers, and I'm giving away prizes. There will be prizes to give away, and I will be announcing some of those prizes. I will also, on Wednesday, tomorrow night, be giving away 2 more VIP statuses to people that I think have been worthy of this community and have supported this community for the last month or more. So look out for that. One of you lucky viewers who isn't already a VIP could be our next VIPs, and there are advantages of being a VIP. So that's it. I'm going to read Cher's last comment. I think Cyberpunk is cool. I think the expectation was just too high. And yeah, games these days, it's a norm. I remember buying PS1 games that never had a problem, yet better tech and worse games don't make sense. I totally go with that. I totally agree with you. I'm sure Cyberpunk will be a perfectly decent game one day. It's just all right at the moment, unfortunately, is all I can say about it. That's my love-hate relationship with the game. But I will continue to stream it. And he says, peace out, guys. Thank you very much. Good night. Well, that leaves us to say, also, thank you very much. And good night to all of you. Thank you to Lukalele for the bits. Thank you to Pixie and Vinny for the raid. Thank you to Mia and Discord for modding. Thank you to Diva Wolf for the follow. I know you followed earlier. Diva was on the show. And so thank you to everyone that's contributed. I will be back at 9 o'clock tomorrow night. Guys, you want to say good night?
Good night, everyone.
Take care.
It's good night from them. It's good night from me. And wherever you are in the world, have a great morning, great afternoon, great evening, and we'll see you very soon. Take care. Goodbye.